trying to get more than one opportunity at one point, at one time. So not placing all your eggs in one basket, right? Trying to go out there and find multiple opportunities so you can make the best decision for yourself and not have somebody make it for you. I think that would be the one best piece of advice if you could apply for multiple positions, have your recruiter submit you for multiple opportunities. That's best case scenario.
Gotcha.
And I would say, sadly, for a lot of the folks that I'm working with that are longtime feds, the mistake they made was in the past. They were a federal employee. Like, I was very active on LinkedIn. You've known me on LinkedIn, at least, for years while I was a federal employee and not looking to get a job. I was not using LinkedIn to get a job. I was using LinkedIn to build a network and just for the connection of the network. I learned from people. I love reading some people's insightful posts and things like that. And then you make posts yourself and you begin to identify, at least with your network, and people know who you are. They're curious about you. I'm also fortunate that I was senior enough that I had a very large network just out of people knowing me from the work I did. But I think it's a lack of understanding the value of just having a bunch of people know you, know who you are, so when you need help, you can ask for it, and you're not making the connection when you're trying to make the sale. I always found this even when I was out in the private sector and I made sales in the private sector. Those were based on connections, and sometimes I would meet you at a conference and we would talk. Then I would see you 6 months later at a conference. We'd sit down and have coffee, and at some point the conversation would lead to a business opportunity where it's like, hey, wait, I think we could help you out with this, rather than me going to you with a pitch deck, which is the worst thing in the world. And I feel like that's what you're doing if you don't already have the network, is now you're just taking your pitch deck to as many people as you can. And the sales rate on those is just far lower. And that's not something those folks can fix, but people that are thinking about where they are in life now and not necessarily seeing that they're going to be looking for a job, that's not what a network's about. This is part of my network here, talking to you. I'm not getting a job out of it. I'm not looking for a job out of it, but it's like sharing and being part of like a bigger universe is just helpful in life. And then when you need it, it can come through for you.